We're going to send it out to 12 Sports' Michael Villegas, who has a little more action, joined by another member of our 12 News team.
Yeah, Kevin and Autry, we're keeping things rolling here at the 2025 Dix Open, and the pros, they'll tee off tomorrow, but for our golf game, I'm joined here by Brian Melanson. I don't know, we might need some tips.
Yeah, for people like myself trying to get into the sport of golf, it can be a pretty unforgiving game, but don't fret. I spoke with a local club pro to give us some tips and tricks to help us improve our game. Golf is one of the fastest growing sports in the U.S., but can be one of the more challenging sports for beginners like myself. To find out some tips to improve your golf game, I met up with Enjoy Golf Pro Mike Dool. And so a lot of people, myself included, deal with a pretty bad slice. Sure. So when it comes to that and trying to hit the ball straighter, how can you kind of avoid that?
Most of the time it's their physical golf swing of where the club is traveling, and that's kind of the focal point.
Next, he showed me tips to improve a golfer's actual grip and swing.
A lot of beginners will start with a baseball grip, which is basically the two hands separated, but the preferred to get the hands to work together is to get them to interlock just like you have there. I mean, there's a brief pause at the top, but it's one continual motion. Obviously, we're trying to make a nice fluid golf swing with a nice arc, and then return the club where it started.
So when it comes to the footwork, does the ball go kind of in the middle, or does it go more towards the front? And does that depend on what club you're using?
It depends on what golf club. So great question. The longer the club, typically the more forward in your stance it plays. And then the middle irons are more in the middle. The wedges, middle to a little bit back, so that each club kind of shifts a little bit farther back in the stance. We typically strengthen the grip. We're just turning the left hand a little bit more towards the right. What that allows us to do, the golfer, is to square up the club face a little bit easier and hopefully hit a straight shot.
After a few bad shots, I started to get the hang of it slowly but surely.
Gosh, you're making a better golf swing. You really are. Each swing is getting better and better. There we go. There it is.
The before and after.
Best shot of the day there.
Show the impacts of even just one lesson and the impacts it can have. Mike, golf obviously can be a very frustrating game. What would your advice be for people who are trying to get into it and how to stick with it?
Yeah, absolutely. That's all you can do is get some advice, call your local golf professional, get some lessons early, and just stick with it. It's a great game, but frustrating at times, but when you hit that one shot, you want to come back and do it again.
Well, Brian, I feel that you were getting pretty good out there. I think my game is beyond saving at this point. But what's one big takeaway that you're getting? You're looking pretty good out there.
Thank you. I was getting on top of the ball a lot. And what Mike Dool told me is, you can't be afraid to hit that grass a little bit, get some dirt, going up. But also, drive for show, putt for dough. So don't be short to neglect your short game.
You got to take some of those tips. And we're going to send it back over to Autry. What do we got coming up next?